This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yeah, and welcome to He Got His Tackle Caught Where? That's not a fishing tackle reference either.
Also, just Liam and I at the moment, Belle doing a big poo, so... Oh, nice of you to join us.
Pooey. That's followed you in. Anyway.
What, me going to do a favour for you and talking to Scudder about some audio that you said you wanted him to do?
Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
You were doing a big poo.
You watched me walk to his studio.
You're saying one thing, but I'm smelling another.
Can we talk about the giant burp that Liam did in my face this morning? I can still smell that. And that is not a lie.
That was too... Like, how
that was
far...
disgusting.
I'm at least 2 metres away from you. No, that wasn't
It was like...
in your face is within 30
And
centimetres.
then you went...
Yeah, I was
In my
blowing it
direction.
away from me.
Oh.
From me. I had to get the... Anyway. All bodily functions aside, it was a fun episode today.
My son Freddie was crying the other day. He was just like crying. You try and settle him down. And then I burped in his face and that shut him up. I went, bleh, and he went... It's like he saw into the fifth dimension.
Yeah.
Wow, you should be on Hamish Blake's dad podcast. You know what I do to shut him up?
There you go, mate.
Cop that. Something god-awful happened to me yesterday. Just so bad, so bad. Ben and Belle, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got Invisalign.
You what?
You don't say.
Really?
You probably haven't noticed because they're clear. So they're like clear braces. So it's a series of clear retainers every week. You change them and it sort of alters your teeth a little bit.
Now, Liam, I don't want to ruin your deal with Invisalign. So this is coming from me, Ben, not you. They're like, I think they're horrible because you're always like, you're always going when
me.
you put them in and out, and then Liam goes, so 1 second, when you get to work at 5 a.m. and Liam is at the kitchen sink and he's like rinsing them off and putting them in for the morning. Morning, man.
Or-
Hey, mate. Puts them in.
When we have the coffees and you watch him go and take it out.
Okay.
No,
All
it's
right.
the little things on your teeth. That's a bit.
And also, it changes the way you talk. And
Yeah,
you sound
and
a
you
bit
go,
Oh,
different.
guys, I get it. You've made your point. Okay. But yes, you did touch on a few things there. Yes, it's a little bit gross, but they do have to come in and out for meals and coffees. So I'm ashamed of it. I try and take them out very quickly. So sometimes you look the other way and I go... Like, you know how,
we see it.
you know how Batman, like, you'll be talking to Batman and
You're not Batman.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I'm talking about, though. Like, he's just like,
Batman
oh,
didn't
where?
have to have braces.
You know,
Yeah.
you turn around and it's like, oh, where did Batman go?
Yeah.
For me, it's like, oh, where did his Invisalign go? He got him out so quick. So I try and keep sly about it.
All right, Sly.
So yesterday I'd finished my breakfast and I had my retainers in the palm of my right hand. And I was in the process of slinking off to the men's room so I could quickly rinse the retainers and put them back in my mouth, just make sure there was no, like, broccoli or whatever in the teeth. The problem is the bathrooms, I don't know if you've noticed this, are a fair walk from the studios and our sort of area in the office. So you do have to walk past the bustling Nova 100 office to get to the bathrooms. I didn't make it there uninterrupted. As I was walking through the sales pen, I bumped into Wilsey from the sales team. And he was walking a client through. And to my horror, Wilsey decided that moment to introduce me. He said, Liam, this is Colin, this is Liam. And the other gentleman put his right hand out.
Oh, no.
He was looking for a handshake.
Oh, no.
I've got my spitty retainers like in my right hand, and I'm trying to quietly just sort of...
What's Batman going to do?
Slink off to the bathroom. So he literally put his hand out, and I locked up because I was like, man, I can't shake his hand. But then I'm like, I don't want him to think I'm rude. Like, I don't want to shake his hand. So like there was like an awkwardly long pause of his hand was there, and I was sort of like looking at it, and then like, so then I like sort of was like, oh, so nice to meet you, and I like put my hands behind my back and moved the retainers like a magician. Like a magician, I moved the retainers swiftly from my right hand to my left hand, and then just put out this like sort of spitty hand. It was like, well, lovely to meet you there, Colin. And he shook it. I think crisis averted, really. But there was definitely a look of, he was probably thinking, oh man, he's really clammy. Or,
What? And you're being introduced as this is our breakfast host that you can spend money with. And that's what he's gotten.
Well,
with
he
you?
didn't. He didn't know that there was retainers. I don't think he saw the retainers. As I said, I'm pretty swift with it. To be honest, like I'm so quick, he probably could have put his hand out, and I could have gone, "Oh, nice to meet you, Colin," and like just quickly put them, clicked them both into my mouth, and then shook his hand. The only thing that would have been the giveaway is the line of spit from my mouth to the palm of my hand as I reached back out to him.
You could go to the gym or do the shopping or go to work.
But what if you went in a beachier direction?
You're only a what if away from a holiday with the What If app.
Book accommodation, flights, packages, and more.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Good to see you've come very professionally dressed to work, Belle.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing activewear. Yes. Get it out.
When you
Get it all out.
When you got radio at 6 and BFT at midday.
Get it all out.
I'm sorry, just checking. Is that a microphone in front of you, or are they battling ropes?
Battling ropes. Oh, bless. Battle ropes.
Well, whatever.
No, because the aircon wasn't on in the studio. It was very hot when
That
we got
doesn't
in here.
explain-
And I said to you, righto, I'm giving you a heads up. I'm about to take the jumper off that I didn't plan on taking off today at work. I took it off. And yes, I might have a crop top on underneath. It's temporary until the studio cools down a bit.
Belle, because you exclusively live in activewear, do you hear this song in your head 24/7?
Till the room comes off, till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out.
If Belle's ever out of breath coming out of a song, it's because she's doing 100 crunches in between each. She's certainly dressed for it. She'd be, she is in the right. She's in the right
comfy.
outfit.
Look, I have these new leggings and they're really roomy. They're not tight.
All right, Belle,
They're from LSKD.
let's see how many burpees you can do during David
I would be able
Kushner.
to do more burpees than both of you.
Well, yeah,
course you
because we're
can.
wearing jeans like everyone else at work.
You are with Ben, Liam.
And Michelle Bridges.
Okay.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Good morning, Hannah in Camberwell. How are you?
Well, thank you. How are you guys?
Very well. Let's kick into the quiz. 5 questions here. Australia's big things are set to go on our new coins. Can you give us one big thing in Australia?
Pineapple.
Yep, big pineapple. Would have also accepted lobster, banana, koala, prawn, potato, rocking horse. I think it's a big sheep as well. Kanye and Bianca Censori have been banned for life from the Venice Boat Company after their public nudity last week. What does PDA stand for?
Public display of affection.
Yes.
Nice.
Did you see the photos of Kanye and Bianca?
I did.
A little
I
rude,
don't
weren't
want to
they,
click
Hannah?
on that
Yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah.
I
Yes. The Melbourne Royal Show bags have been revealed. What's the really cheap chocolate show bag named after an insect?
Oh, the best one, the birdie beetle.
Birdie
Nice,
beetle.
Hannah.
You're not getting the birdie beetle if you're getting some show bags. 2 questions here. You are hot to trot at the moment, Han. The iPhone 15 is set to feature a new charger. Can you name 2 other phone manufacturers?
Samsung
Mm.
and Google.
Yeah.
Just like the Google Pixel and that sort of stuff.
Very good.
Yeah. Last one here. Rip to Steve Harrell. Not Steve Carell. Steve Harrell, the guy from Smash Mouth. Unfortunately, he passed away. Can you finish these lyrics?
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Oh, God.
Come on,
Jeez,
Hannah.
Han, you're so
Hannah.
close.
I don't know.
Oh, no. You were so close. We're going to have to move on to David in Forest Hill. Can you finish the lyrics?
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
I ate Miss Upper's tool in the shed.
She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back seats? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow.
Well,
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Okay, David, thanks for playing this morning. You want to go see the Equalizer 3 in cinemas now?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
Nice, mate. Also, you get to choose the next song we play this morning. So, do you want to hear a bit of All Star?
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now,
Or do you want to hear I'm a Believer?
I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her.
What are you feeling, David?
I think it has to be All-Star, I think.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
so.
you didn't have enough of it already.
He just didn't acknowledge it. Yeah, look, it's a sad day for fans of Smash Mouth
And Shrek.
and Shrek. If you're waking up this morning and you haven't heard the sad news, Steve Hartwell died, who was the lead singer of Smash Mouth. Passed away from liver failure at 56. And, you know, that sucks.
It does, but music lives on. Yeah, the music lives on in our hearts. And in case you didn't get that already this morning, we're pretty big fans of Shrek and obviously Smash Mouth. This song
In that order.
in particular. And we'd like to play it for you this morning as an ode and as the winning song in the 610 quiz.
Let's all think about Steve
Yeah.
for the next 3
And
minutes.
his great, what is it, chin strap beard?
Mhm.
Yeah, great.
Valet King. Valet.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Oh, man. I remember getting my auntie and uncle gave me the Shrek CD my birthday one year. And they're like, hey, your birthday present's in the letterbox.
Like,
And I was
like the soundtrack.
Really? Yeah. And I went down to the letterbox.
Well, they want to see you?
No, they were at the party, but I think they did it as a funny thing.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I still remember it because I was just like, that's a little wackadoodle making me walk to the letterbox. And I opened it. It was the Shrek soundtrack. And, that really threw Smash Mouth into the limelight. I suppose the green ogre coloured light. But yes, unfortunately, their lead singer passed away overnight.
That reminds me of just the whole play of, hey, there's something out there, go get it. I remember when I was 7 years old and my mum and dad went food shopping and they came home, they brought the shopping in, and my dad said, he's like, hey, mate, there's one more bag in the boot. Can you go get it for me? I was like, yeah. And I went out there and I'd wanted one for ages and he bought me a skateboard.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. That's a good bit. Did your family ever do
Yeah, so for my 7th birthday,
Yep.
not only was it like a scavenger hunt, so my mum put the presents all around the property and I had to keep finding them, but they were all presents that started with the letter B for Belle and they were all purple.
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't know how she did it, but she
That's
did.
pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good stuff.
I also remember on my 7th birthday, I got an remember Action Man?
Yeah, Action Man was great.
was
Yeah,
awesome.
so you could get like the rock climbing Action
Yep.
Man or the snorkeling Action Man.
I
We had
had
the snorkeling one.
I had mountain biking Action Man. So he came with a
Whoa.
mountain bike.
One of the lesser ones.
No, but it had like a harpoon in the
That's
front,
cool.
and when you push down on the back of the seat, it shot the harpoon out.
Very
That's-
dangerous to be cycling with a harpoon on the front of the bike. That's
Not
that
a good message to send.
to kids. Not
And
at
I
all.
remember 7th birthday, I got my Action Man figurine, but I also got the Action Man torch, which if you undid the middle, there was like a secret button, and you pushed it, and it opened up, and it had a radio on the inside.
Cute.
And I turned the radio on, and the first song I heard on that radio on my 7th birthday was... And it was that day that I said to myself, that's my new favourite song. And that's
Forever.
and that's my favourite song
I
because
thought it
of
was
that
going to be
moment.
Smash Mouth in honour of you.
No, it was
no.
Chumbawamba, I get knocked down.
Question about Smash Mouth quickly though.
Yes.
Do you think they'd be as big as they are today if it wasn't for
No,
Shrek?
Not at all.
Absolutely not.
Really?
They do
wow,
have
I thought
no
I'd be
chance.
alone in that.
They
Literally
do,
no chance.
They do have other great songs.
Yeah.
They're certainly not one-hit wonders, like Walking on the Sun.
Might as well be walking on the sun. Yeah.
Also, don't forget about this one.
Here we go. Come on now.
Give it to us, Steve.
It makes you want to pump out a chin strap, doesn't it?
It really does.
Remember yesterday we were talking school camps, and we had a call that it stuck with us because they were talking about the rumour going around.
We had toothpaste,
Yeah.
and some of it got into one of our friend's eye. On the way home, when we were all on the bus, we stopped at the hospital, and then he went in there. And when he came out, the big rumour going around was that they took his eyeball out of his head, washed it off, and then put it back in.
See, that's such school camp stuff.
Fantastic story from Naomi there. So she called up. That was her camp story. But we want to do this morning, 13 24 10. What was the rumour at your school? Her rumour was that they washed the eyeball.
I've got a great one for this. Now, what I will say is it wasn't my school rumour. It was my wife, Sam's. She told me about this a long time ago, probably like 4 years ago, and I cannot stop thinking about it. Like once a day I think about this. So she told me once, we were on a plane, and I think there was a pregnant woman on the plane, and this is what brought it up. Because she said, oh yeah, there was a guy at my school, and he was born on the plane. His mum gave birth to him on the plane. But because of that, he was born with no eyelids.
It's not a thing.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
It
sense.
makes no sense.
Like,
I'm
sure.
also, having no eyelids, like, that would suck. He can't blink.
Did he? No, but actually, like that. Like,
I don't actually
did the
know.
kid at school have
well,
no
he must
eyelid?
not. I'm assuming he must have not.
But then
But
the
then
rumour became
that
that's
was-
because.
He was born on a plane.
But the eyelids are formed while you're in the womb.
Yeah,
so he pops out
100%.
and they go.
But then
I
maybe-
believe he could not have eyelids,
Which
would
is
be a
awful.
terrible condition. However, I don't think it has anything to do with where and when he was born.
Is
May
there
have
is there any science in when you're in a plane and there's a pressurized cabin and you're a little newborn, your eyelids go back
No.
and they never come back?
I don't have any faith that anyone will call up with an answer.
No science. No science behind that at all whatsoever. Linda in Donvale has already called us. What was the big rumour at your school?
My friend Teresa lived at the back of the school, so her house backed onto the oval, and her nonna had come from Italy wearing the black dress and the black scarf, and rumour was there was a witch living at the end of the school. But it was just not...
Yeah, I
it was
love
just
that.
a nonna, but that's true. But you know, if the ball went into the witch's house, you'd never get it back.
It's just an old Italian woman.
We were absolutely terrified of the witch.
Yeah, yeah.
awful.
We're talking schoolyard rumours this morning. Obviously, we want the silly and the fun ones. We don't want any nasty rumours. That's not fun. But if you've got one, 13 24 10.
I don't know. Yours was kind of nasty.
A, wasn't my rumour. It was my wife
True.
Sam's. B, I didn't start it.
True.
C, it was worth
There
sharing.
was a big rumour at our school that the principal was with the PE teacher, even though they were both married.
Whoa.
And many years later, that came out that was
That's
actually
like-
true.
That's like a real one, though. That's the real one.
Yeah, it's funny when it's like there's a witch in the on the oval.
For me, there's a difference between a rumour and a secret.
Okay,
But having said that, I would still
True.
take. I would
Well-
still take that.
Charlotte, I know you're only 11 years old from one Turner South, but be very careful not to give us a secret. This must be a schoolyard rumour. What's the rumour at your school?
So, hello. So a few years ago, some kids found this drain in the middle of our school,
Mm.
and there was like a sewer kind of thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
And they believed that a creepy clown lived in like the sewer part of the drain, and they would try and throw stuff down into the drain to try and
Yeah.
awake the clown.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie It before, Charlotte?
No, but
Yeah.
I've heard little
Yeah,
things
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Charlotte, not to strip anything away from the year fives at your school, but I think Stephen King might have had this original concept.
I know we said difference between rumour and secret, and there's a difference between like imagination.
Yeah.
Like we got.
But Belle's ruling it out. I mean, I know it's still it's a rumour.
Charlotte, I
saying.
appreciate you coming on the show and sharing this morning. Are you off to school today? Is that what you got planned?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, we're going to give you a family pass to visit Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium, okay?
Yay, thank you.
No worries.
No worries,
And
Charlotte.
don't forget Legoland Discovery Centre. Double the fun with a Melbourne big ticket.
Just watch your back for those killer clowns. Sam in Melton, what's the rumour at your school?
Good morning. So we had a teacher, Miss Sampson, at our school, and she was a bit of a bigger woman, so she was built a little bit differently in kind of like a square shape.
Built different.
Yeah. And there was a rumour going around that she had a wooden chest.
She had a what?
What?
A wooden chest.
A wooden chest.
Yeah. Like, wooden bed.
Okay, fair enough. You thought she was part woodland creature. Yeah.
No, wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like wood.
Wood, like she had a wood
Yeah,
chest.
no,
She's like
I
half tree.
Half
Yeah,
tree.
that's why I said woodland creature.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
right. I thought she was just half
Again,
animal.
does that fall? No.
Yeah.
That's rumour.
You thought it was some sort of Pinocchio woman. Yeah, okay. No, but these are the primary school rumours are.
Have you heard that Missus got a wooden chest?
She would be like, she'd have to
You know
walk
what,
around the
she's-
playground defending herself, saying, "I don't have a wooden."
You know what?
chest."
She's really grumpy all the time. She's part wood. She's part wood.
Hey, you can keep these calls coming through on 13 24 10. We are talking schoolyard rumours. What was the rumour at your school?
Janet in Thomastown. Tell us, what was the big rumour at your school?
Hi there. My sister told me that there was a murderer in the school library. The dad was too scared to go into the library. The principal had to call home and have a conversation with us and go on a school tour to the library just to show me that there was no murderer on the school ground.
As in, there was a murderer like just living in there, just like in
Like-
the aisles.
Waiting for me to go into the library.
That's sad. That's not bullying. Well, it's kind of bullying, but that's
It's just you like, surely the school should do something about this. Like,
No one's doing a thing.
a murder residing in the school library.
wild.
Kayla in Werribee, there are lots of rumours in the schoolyard. What was the one at your school?
Good morning. We went on our end of year school trip at year 9 to Dreamworld, and one of the spas weren't working. And the rumour was that one of our students got his penis stuck in the spa, and he was forever called Jet Boy and had to leave the school a term into year 10.
And I'm sorry
wait,
if Jet,
hang on. He had to
I'm
leave
sorry
school.
if Jet Boy or his family are listening this morning.
That's
Hang on.
So
the
the rumour
was
was that he got his member stuck in the jet.
And that's why
Yep,
it broke.
and it broke the spa. Yep.
Well, I mean, I've been in spas before. They blow bubbles out. They don't suck bubbles in. So to get it stuck, that didn't happen. I'm willing to stand up for Jet Boy here, and I know it sounds like I am Jet Boy. I know it sounds like I'm trying to defend my own actions.
To year 9s, it definitely happened.
Yeah, but it would be so hard for that to happen.
Yeah.
Also, those holes are very small.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone's
Yeah.
tried.
Kayla,
it just doesn't work.
Kayla, I love the story. I love you sharing. So you've got yourself a $150 voucher. You get some Greek food.
Oh, thank you.
No worries. Hella good. It's Greek, it's fast, and it's hella tasty. You are on Nova with Ben, Jetboy, and Belle. There was a lot of hype around cinema a few weeks ago, obviously Barbenheimer, but kind of died off a little bit now. Liam, you saw a movie on the weekend?
Talk to me. Yes.
Rated it?
Yeah, really rated it. It's A24 who did Midsummer and Hereditary and all those scary movies. And I don't know if you remember the Raka guys
Yes.
from YouTube from Paraka in South Australia. So a couple of young Aussie guys made this huge Hollywood movie. And it was scary. It was good. I liked it.
The other movie that I want to talk about quickly, the biggest movie in the world at the moment, Equalizer 3.
No way.
On my list for this weekend.
That is so good. So here's the thing. Obviously, I'm newly a father to my son, Freddie, and I really am considering going to see Equalizer 3 with my son. He's not going to know what's going on.
Yeah, but you can't take him in the... He'll just
Why?
cry the whole time. He'll be
I don't care.
way too loud.
So?
Are you going to be that parent that puts their earmuffs on the baby?
I probably would have, because if I went to IMAX, it'd be really loud. But here's the thing.
Take your 3-week-old or whatever to IMAX to see
He's a
Equalizer.
month. I reckon he can handle it. Here's the thing, though. I was thinking, why is there no... they do mums and bubs?
Yeah.
Why is there no, dads and bubs, and I can go to Equalizer 3?
You are included in the mums and bubs.
Well, yeah, but okay then. But there's no mums and bubs for Equalizer 3. I've checked.
Because no one's bringing their month-old to see an action
Well, I
film.
want to go see it.
What if him and his bub want to watch Denzel Washington kicking people in the throat?
Yeah.
You know? What
Freddie
about
doesn't want to see that.
him? No, I feel that actually.
Thank you.
I worry
you.
for the future
I
of
think
your
you
child.
should send a strongly worded email to the cinema.
Maybe it can be me, my son Freddie, and his godfather going to the cinema to see Equalizer 3.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
I like that.
Big news, Maccas fans.
It's back, guys. Maccas Monopoly. If you look around your car at the moment, if you're driving a car in Australia,
Yeah.
you've probably got scrappy little Mayfair or whatever. There's little a lot of people I find you go in their car and in the glove box there's like
The little
peelings.
tags,
from-
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
Because what happens is you play Maccas Monopoly, you get 2 of them, you never get the third, but then you're like, well, I'm not going to throw it out because
Yeah,
what
you
if I
just-
get that
Just
third?
leave it in the car there for a few years. This is not a giant ad for Maccas Monopoly, what I will say. But yeah, they've got like $800 million worth of prizes. And look,
That to me is the sign of a good bit when genuinely this isn't an ad for Maccas Monopoly. We just genuinely wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Belle, I reckon was it like 2 days ago, you and I were just talking about it. We're like,
Yeah.
bring it back. And then now it's back.
do you remember when didn't Hungry Jacks do like
No, they still do.
yeah, okay. H Days Uno. Where'd you get that one from, guys?
Don't. I think I don't know if we can pick the fun, but yes.
It's Red Rooster trouble. Get in quick, guys.
Well, yeah, but the Monopoly, they roll it out twice a year, once a year, maybe?
It feels like twice a year.
And, like, I've never won a big prize. The best I've won is a small prize,
But what I would say, though, a lot of people have won that, but there is almost no bigger thrill than getting your little hash brown or whatever it is, and you peel it back and it says small fries. You're like, oh my God.
More potato!
So growing up, like after school some days, I used to go with my mates and go to the local Maccas and we would play the Maccas Monopoly. And you know how some come with 1 sticker, but some come with 2?
If you get a large chips.
Yeah, so, no, we worked out the salad. If you just get a salad, it
Yeah.
came with 2, and it was just lettuce leaves. So this is before I was conscious of the environment and food waste. We'd just order heaps of salads
Oh
and
my
then
God.
just chuck them out and just rip off all the Monopoly bits and then get free chips, free nuggets, all of that.
Yeah.
So that's...
Did that work out cheaper? That sounds like you should just buy the 10 bag of nuggets, I reckon.
You know what my hot take is? You know when you rip it off and you get a small free fries, that's awesome. Then sometimes you get like, 1/3 of a car. Then sometimes you get the chance cards. I reckon the really good prizes lie in the chance cards because if you want to win an amazing prize and you have a chance card, you then have to get the app, you have to register, and then you have to put the details in and it tells you if you've won. Because I reckon what they want is they want to get everybody's emails so then they can send them spam. But the way you do that is by put the good prizes in the chance.
13, 24, 10. What have you won from Maccas Monopoly? Please don't call if it's just like a small coffee or like we don't really care. Like if you've won
What other stuff
like a
is
jet
there?
ski, like if you've won a jet ski.
It needs to
No
be...
one's won a jet ski.
No,
That would be
people do.
awesome.
People do. It needs to be over the value of $100.
Yeah. If you won like a laptop or something, that's
Sweet.
awesome.
That's sweet.
13, 24, 10. If you ever won something or you know someone who's won something from Maccas Monopoly, didn't one of our mates, Ben, won a car for a year?
No, yeah, won a car for a year. So I think it was the prize that Hertz, because obviously they get partners. I think Hertz was a partner, so he won a hire car for a year.
A year's supply of cars.
And the best thing was every 3 months you got to go back to Hertz and swap cars.
What?
So it's always like a fresh,
Was it free
fresh car.
petrol as well?
I think
or
it was.
just...
I think it was also petrol.
Whoa,
So that's
yeah,
a real
good.
world. That's a real
good.
world win right there.
I can already see some calls coming through. This is very exciting. 13, 24, 10. What did you win playing Maccas Monopoly?
Shannon from Mernda's already given us a buzz. What did you win, Shan?
Yeah, I won 2 years worth of free petrol.
Well, that's good. That's you. I mean,
Hang
2
on.
whole years.
What's the ration of it though, Shannon? Like, it's like you could only fill up every month or what?
There's no so really what it is, it's just like a gift card worth, I think it was worth like $2,000.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Like each year. So.
Oh,
and
that's good.
So was that a long time ago? Was that recently? You still using it?
No, not still using it. I think it was about maybe 3 years ago.
And did it last you the full 2 years?
Yeah, it did actually. Like it worked out pretty good because I was doing Uber Eats delivery on the side. So we gave free petrol while
You
doing
are.
that. So.
You had the
And
bloody
ripping off
master
everyone's
plan.
Maccas
So,
Monopoly.
and was it strictly fuel? Like, I think Ampol give them away? Was it strictly fuel, or could you load up on like a Kit Kat and a Monster energy
Yeah,
drink?
I think you could. Just get whatever in the store because it was. Just a general gift card.
that's a
for
good
the-
gig.
They didn't have a
Wow.
Macca's employee up policing it behind the cash register.
Yeah. Grimace. Someone in a grimace suit.
Shannon, that's a great one. Thank you very much for sharing. If you have ever won something playing Maccas Monopoly over the value of $100, 13, 24, 10, give us a buzz.
Kath, what did you win?
Hello. Oh, me?
Yeah, you can.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
I made a little sound. Yeah, well, I won a couple of years ago a $1,000 Wish voucher. Sent in the code, sent in like whatever I had to do, got the actual code word.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
Oh.
And I'm like, what's going on? So I emailed Maccas head office, didn't get a reply, and I'm like, hey, I won. Like,
Yeah.
So you never got it. You never got it.
never got it.
Oh,
That's Wish for you.
Oh, that seems like more of a Wish problem than a Maccas problem.
Yeah.
That sucks that they didn't get back to you, though.
Especially, with Wish, everything's like $3. So $1,000, that goes a long way on that website.
Catherine, was that like you rip off one square and it says you've won this, or did you have to combine 3 squares?
No, it was a one-off one.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, right. How good's that? Bree in Berwick, tell us, what did you win from Maccas Monopoly?
I personally didn't win, but my dad, he worked night shift. So on his way to work, he went and got Maccas, and he got the blue, I don't even know what it's called.
Is it Mayfair?
Trafalgar? Yeah, Mayfair. And then on the way home, after his 12-hour shift, he went and got Maccas again, and he thought he was seeing double because he won the brand new Holden in 2001.
No way! 2001, did you say?
I think it was 2001. It was like the first time it came out when you had to stick them on the board.
I love that.
So hang on, so he got a full brand new Holden?
Yeah, a full brand new black Holden from Berwick Station McDonald's. I still remember the day, but a
Bree,
week prior.
So cool. How is your dad's health having Maccas for breakfast and dinner that day? That's is he going well?
Yeah, Dad's real healthy.
But he's got a Holden. So that's all that matters.
That seat would be
amazing.
pretty cocked back, I reckon.
Bree, thank you very much for sharing. We do appreciate it. That could have ended way worse if your dad wasn't with us anymore.
Don't ask
It
how
is.
a dad
It is always a
weird.
risk. You do. It's like you're very opening yourself up for a king hit for sure. That's My jaw was out there, ready for it.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah. Show bags are out. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, sure is.
What are you going, mate?
Well, you got to go to the Birdie Beater. We got to load up on those.
100%.
Gag Magic. That's a fun one.
I'm going
What
cops,
is that?
cops and robbers for me. I want to get the plastic handcuffs.
What's Gag Magic?
Yes.
It's like a magic show bag, but it's kind of funny.
So
Hence
like
the gag.
So you might say to your friend, "Here, friend, would you like some non-brand specific chewing gum?" And they'd go, "Oh yes, please." And as they pull it out, whack! You've been gag magicked because the mouse trap goes on their finger, and that's just one of the hilarious gags in that sort of bag. Belle, just checking. Do you have your key?
Hang on.
Jeez.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I've got mine. Ben, you've got yours. Let's turn them and open up the forbidden folder. So we keep all the taboo topics, the things that aren't quite right for radio, but let's be honest, interesting. This morning, trauma cleaners. It's probably the worst possible job I could think of, but I suppose if there's like a crime scene or something horrible's happened, someone has to clean that up.
Someone has to do it. But it's like any job that you go, oh, I would never do that in a million years. Someone has put their hand up. They're desensitized to it, and they probably do a great job.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone has to do it. That's the thing. I want, surely it's not like they would just do like really messy stuff as well, right?
What do you mean?
I don't know, like if something's just like so far got like something like is really, really messy. I don't know. Do they only do crime scenes?
Well, that's a question for the trauma cleaner, I guess.
Or like, because, like at factories and that sort of stuff, if they get, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know, this is why we need
What do you mean at factories?
No, do you remember that time today? This is what's popping into my head. It's like a gross story, but sometimes in radio you've got to meet like clients and people who do different jobs. And we meet people from like Optus, and then you meet people from Cadbury,
and then cleaner guys.
We met these cleaner guys, and they were like they weren't trauma cleaners, but they were industrial cleaners. And we're like, "What's the worst job?" And you're not going to like this, Belle.
I've forgotten what it was.
No, I know what it's
I forgot what it was.
But it's like, they were like, never eat jelly beans because like, how it's like glucose in jelly beans, and so sometimes they're not like vegan or vegetarians because it's like the cartilage basically of animals.
Yeah.
Oh,
but they had to like
clean-
go in after they like boil it all up, and they have to go in and clean these vats. And I was like, that is the worst. And they're like, it's the worst smelling thing. It's like the worst job ever. So that's
People
why
that
I was.
clean abattoirs.
That's why I was. That's the story I was thinking of, but I didn't want to go into it. That's why I was saying factory instead of abattoirs. And that sort of
I
stuff.
don't think that that's a trauma cleaner's job.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
You know what?
Well-
I would put abattoir cleaner down as a trauma cleaner because you're cleaning up death.
We are actually joined now by Dan, who is a trauma cleaner for the Forbidden Folder. Dan, how long have you been in this line of work?
20 years, mate. So I think I did my first one at about 14, and I'm 35 now.
Hang
You
on.
did your first one when you were 14.
Yeah, family business. So Dad's bring your kid to work day kind of was a bit different for me.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
my God.
Dan, I get maybe, if Dad works behind the bar at the footy club or whatever, flicking some snags for a bit of pocket money on the weekend, but I wouldn't have thought trauma cleaning's appropriate for a 14-year-old.
Dan, I'm sure you can't forget. What was the first job? What was the job you did?
Oh, no, he was pretty good. He only brought me on the easy stuff to begin with. Nothing too nasty. But at Trauma Clean, we do a big range of different things from, the really nasty stuff, obviously unattended deaths and that kind of stuff, but to really just what we would call extreme cleaning. Rubbish removal, gross filth and squalor are sort of industry terms for that. Drug lab cleanups, to, sewage cleanups, to sharps pickup. Really, if it's extreme and involves cleaning, that's kind of where we're involved.
So Dan, you see those videos on TikTok where there's like a hoarder's bathroom and it's like the grossest thing ever, and it's like get full of nappies or like whatever, and then they do like a big industrial clean and have the big reveal at the end. Is that the level of cleaning you're doing?
Oh yeah. I mean, there could be 4 or 5 skip bins and 10 or so trailers worth of rubbish being pulled out of some places.
Oh my God.
Mass quantities. In fact, if it's a bit too easy, we don't get involved. So I have been to jobs where you'll quote and you'll say, look, it's not really for us. It's a bit more of a domestic clean, or it's a bit too easy. So we're really only involved at the extreme level. So every job is extreme.
Yeah, if you do extreme hoarding, maybe you could do Belle's house. It's got a lot of
That's
HJ's
not funny.
cups.
No, because there's actual hoarders out there. I'm not a hoarder, Dan.
You're getting pretty close, Belle.
But Dan,
Well,
what does
send me a couple of photos.
Dan, quote it up. I reckon it'd be a $7,000 job, I reckon.
Dan, what does an average day look like for you? Because I imagine you can't plan weeks and months in advance. You're pretty much on the fly.
No, literally anything can happen at any one time. I mean, just to give you an example, over the weekend we had a scheduled hoarder, so that's the job. But then the prison might call, and there's been a fight, and there's blood, so we go to the prison.
Geez. Oh my God.
Then there might be a quote from perhaps like an we do a lot for the NDIS, so we work a lot with support workers who their clients, maybe their house has gotten really out of control, and we might need to go and visit them and work with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anything could happen at any moment, and if you think it's going to be a quiet day, it often turns out not to be.
Dan, you did mention it's a family business. Do you have kids yourself? Do you want to see your kids go into this?
It's a good question. Yeah, I've just got a new 10-month-old baby girl, so
on the mop in 14 years, I reckon.
Yeah, I'll get her involved, but hey, look, if she doesn't want to, that's totally understandable.
Would you encourage her to do it or not?
It's a good question. I don't really know. I mean, I haven't experienced anything adverse from it. I've only experienced positive things in terms of being a person who people can rely on and help and fix a bad situation is a very admirable quality, and that's something I definitely want my daughter to have.
Yeah.
So I totally see that as a good thing, even though tragedy happens all the time all around us. And if you're someone with the skills and the resilience to work through it and make a plan and help someone, that just makes you a really good person for it.
Dan, thank you so much for your time this morning. Trauma cleaning, certainly not a gig I'm interested in. Someone's got to do it, and you and your family seem like the right people for the job. So I appreciate your time, and we'll send you some photos of Belle's house. So you can maybe as a Christmas present, we'll get a hoarder house fixed up.
Thanks, Dan. Take it easy, mate.
Thank you very much, guys. See ya.
Today's weather, not as good as the weekend, unfortunately. It's going to be 15 degrees with a few showers around the place.
Just be a little bit more positive about it, all right? This is my favourite weather, 15 and cloudy. Don't you guys just love 15 and cloudy? It's just wowza.
What I
honestly do. Yesterday when it was raining, I was so happy.
What I do love is that I fertilise my lawn on the weekend, and then what happens is when it rains, it waters it in. It waters it in nice and deep to the soil. So that's a positive.
Good job, Ben. That's nature.
I honestly feel like since you've had a son, Ben, the lawn chat has been coming out more.
Yeah, I think it just, I don't
Do you
know
know what
it
you've
is.
also done since you've become a dad? You start doing that thing. You know, dads can never get people's names right.
Yeah.
Whose name did I get wrong?
We met someone called Jed yesterday, and you're like, what's his name, Josiah or Zed? What's his name? And I'm like, it's in between those two, mate. It's just the crosshair is just in the middle. It's just that's what dads do. So you're becoming more of a dad.
I also feel like I've been having more problems with tech. Like anything tech, I've been having more problems with.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, for sure. Your shoulders will start getting hairier. This is like what happens.
Supermodel Carmen Electra is sharing which body part is the most requested on her OF, her OnlyFans.
Did you just say Carmen Electra has an OnlyFans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Liam,
She
I told
joined
you.
last year. You're very slow on it.
I would have thought that you'd done your research, Liam, on this.
Doing it now.
Belle, do you know Carmen Electra?
Yes.
Baywatch. Baywatch. So you know her from Baywatch.
Well, I don't know her from that, but she's that. But she's also just, she's just her in her own right.
I feel like I just have memories of Carmen Electra from, like, I've forgotten what they're called, but what were those magazines called? And you'd see them in the petrol stations.
Zoo?
No, there was Zoo, but Zoo, they were in bikinis. There was other ones. There was like, is it like FMH or
Penthouse?
What?
There was one, they always had motorbikes in the front, but then it had nude girls in it.
And they're the ones like in plastic. And you're like, they bloody got me. I can't have a quick flick through.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
Well,
Carmen
and
from.
she was married to Dennis Rodman a little bit there in
Yep.
like 90s, like peak Rodman era.
So she has revealed the most requested body part on her OnlyFans, and it's not the part that I thought it would be. It's her feet.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So she has said in an interview, she gets so many foot requests, which is the funniest thing to her. She said in the interview, she said, I'm always like, what would you want me to do with my feet? Should I stomp on some grapes? Put whipped cream on them? What do I do with them? And it's a great question because as someone that's not into feet, I don't understand the appeal of a foot.
But I'm not surprised by that answer from her because as soon as you said, it's not what you think, my first thought was feet because we know that there's such a huge following for feet.
That's why it blows me away. And we're not here to yuck someone's yum. I know that's a big thing for people, but I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand the appeal of feet. But then I know a lot of people aren't.
I ended up on a men's feet account.
That's
Do you remember that?
right.
Because it was someone sent it to me and I was like, what the heck? And it was me fishing on a jetty with no shoes on, and there was like another photo. I've got like tattoos on my feet. And it was like Liam from the radio's feet, and it was like close, and they had literally everyone. Everyone was on this thing.
Yeah.
What I would love to do is ask the question on 132410: are you into feet? Are you listening to the radio right now and you're going, yep, no, that's me. I'm into feet.
Well, because we just have questions.
I would just love to know what the appeal of the foot is. And if you want to remain anonymous, you can do that. We're not going to laugh at you. But I am genuinely curious. Apparently, there's a lot of them out there, but I've never met one.
Yeah.
Like, at the moment, I can see 5 dudes. Liam, you into feet?
No, not me.
Andy into feet? Andy shakes his head. Brody into feet?
Brody's into everything. Brody
he said
doesn't
kinda.
count.
He said kinda. All right, 13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz. If you are into feet, you can remain anonymous, and we'll give you a sweet prize. And that prize might include a photo of someone's feet.
Carmen Electra. With whipped cream. We can pay a little extra for you.
Yeah.
13, 24, 10.
We will give you a Carmen OnlyFans subscription.
What?
If you get in touch.
Okay.
Good on you, Rodney from Hawthorne. You've been willing to call. You're into them.
Yes.
Rodney, what do you like about the foot?
The feet are the most articulate part of a human, especially a woman. You're talking about women, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, and I reckon they formulate the whole structure of a body. When you look at somebody standing, when you look at a feet, it all formulates the same, the person.
Yeah.
People go and get all their little manicures, pedicures and all for their hands and feet. It's only because, and it actually shows up on a woman. When you look at her feet, it actually her stance. It gives the whole stance. You look at them, you really actually, if you look deeper, you have to actually understand.
So Rodney, you're saying you can tell more about a woman from her feet than anything else?
Her character. And I'll tell you something. Think about it. In some of the old religious things where they used to, some of the mother-in-laws choosing their actual future husbands, daughter-in-laws.
Yeah.
You know what they used to do? They used to go into, of course, it's all, who you know and how you know. So they say, please come, my daughter wants to marry your son. Or
Right.
They used to go to their homes, get the girls to have a bar, and ask them to walk in front of them with wet feet on the ground with, of course, no shoes on.
Right.
And the arch they left. So when you leave an arch, when you have a flat foot, I don't know. They say, that's a lazy. I don't want to get into
Rodney,
that.
I'll be totally honest, mate. You kind of lost me.
No. He's
you
just
kind
saying, like,
I kind of halfway through that.
We're talking like centuries and centuries and
Yeah.
history that
and
feet have.
Rodney, so you're saying like you can tell a lot from the feet, but does it actually like do it for you? If you know what I mean, like do you find?
Oh man, it actually doesn't do it for me if they don't have good feet. It's the most sensual. I'll tell you something.
So, Rodney, are you starting at the feet? Are you going to the feet first?
Oh, man, that's the first thing I look at, yes.
Well,
Wow.
I must admit, it's kind of nice, when you sort of like, in a weird way, like seeing how passionate you're talking about feet, Rodney.
True.
It's not like, how some people are like, oh, gross, he was looking at my chest or he was checking out my bum or whatever. Rodney, you're just getting a good look at the feet. And, you're into what you're into.
Yeah. Rodney, look, we said we would give you a Carmen Electra OnlyFans subscription. That's all yours. We do appreciate you coming on this morning and chatting with us. If you say you can tell a lot about a woman by her feet, I just thought this morning whilst you were talking, I was looking at Belle's. And yep, I agree. Those toes are definitely vegetarian toes. And that heel
What the hell does that mean?
That's definitely an op shop heel.
I have runners on, I have socks on, you can't see my feet, and that's just your bad luck.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.